What's up, guys? Today we have like a little bit of bad news. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you may have seen some stuff yesterday, some comments from the head of esports at Riot, and how he thinks that the TFT competitive scene will be mainly focused on casual gameplay and it being entertaining. I'll go ahead and pull up the article here. All right, so this is the article that I was reading. This was first posted, from what I saw, by Crowan, who's part of Cloud9 as a professional teamfight tactics player. Essentially, the main issue here is, it says, with TFT, it's not as hardcore a competitive game as the Rift and Standard League of Legends. We're looking at TFT from an esports perspective, more as an entertainment property. We're going to do more invitationals. We're going to do a charity tournament as part of our All-Star event in September. And next year, you'll see, while we have some structure around esports for TFT, it's not as structured as League of Legends. It'll be a bit more casual, a bit more entertainment focused, a bit more tournament focused. So this is kind of bad news. It could be fine realistically, especially for someone like me who hasn't been in the esports scene to the extent that some of these players may have been. But it's still kind of concerning, just because the invitationals that they're talking about, if you guys saw the set 2 invitational, it was kind of just awful, and I posted something on Twitter about this, how it's kind of like it feels really bad. Like, I think this news kind of sucks, because there's like thousands of players who are ready to take TFT seriously, but Riot's not, apparently. And someone said that, Riot just has to see the opportunity in TFT, but I think the opportunity is there. Like, everyone else can see it, and I feel like it's kind of like a get out what you put in kind of situation, in that if Riot makes this game seem like it's super casual and, entertainment focused, kind of like just making it a meme, that's what the viewers will see. And of course, there's not going to be a push for it to be competitive after that fact. So on one hand, like, there is still going to be some competitive structure and some tournaments and things of that nature, but at the same time, invitationals aren't good for me, because as of right now, I'm not a big enough content creator or streamer to be invited. And casual tournaments, not really sure what that looks like. I know that I asked Mort Dog a while ago, maybe like a month ago at this point, when set 2 was still in PvE and he was doing a question and answer on a stream. I asked him about the structure, and he said that he would like it to be more kind of almost like a tournament type set, or a poker tournament type setup, where anyone can join in and play and make it to the final table of sorts, and that would be good for us, right? It just depends on how many tournaments there are and how many tournaments have that kind of play-in ability, especially in a game like TFT, where it's not RNG focused, but there's a hefty amount of RNG involved. And, so if I have the ability to sign up for 2 tournaments a year, that doesn't really, bode well for me. I feel like RNG is something that kind of mellows out over a period of a lot of games, right? So if my esports money is going to be based off of 2 tournaments, then that's not really good news. And I'm just pulling these numbers out of my ass, so I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be overreacting. But you may see me start to play more games on the stream, change it up a little bit, because I feel like at this point I could go back to TFT after I kind of like hang back and watch for a little bit. I don't know. On the other end of the spectrum, like, I will have given up some ability to move up in the ranked leaderboards in the early game, so maybe I'll get to like master or something like that, or like get up there playing more casually, um, and then just like add in some games. Um, One thing that, or a couple games that I've been considering specifically are Counter Strike, Global Offense, and Paladins. And both of those games, I feel like, number one, are shooter oriented. So it's kind of like very similar to Project A that's coming out. Let me go ahead and pull up Project A. So Project A is a tactical shooter that's being released from Riot, and it looks very similar to kind of a mashup of Counter Strike and Overwatch. You know, it has those same type of game elements as Counter Strike, but then it's more class based and like spell slinging like Overwatch. If you guys don't know Paladins is very much like Overwatch, but it's free to play. It's from the High Res Studios, who does Realm Royale, and they also do Smite. And they also have a game coming out that's going to be somewhat similar of a genre called Rogue Company. So both of those games are kind of what I'm looking towards in the future. And in the meantime, I feel like grinding out some Counter Strike and some Paladins will be beneficial to kind of get ready for those types of games. I feel like if I'm making a switch, I don't really want to do another game that has RNG elements. So that would be, card games. That's why I'm not going to really look toward Legends of Runeterra too much. It's not impossible to join those games, but I think that, given what I've gone through in my grind on TFT, I would much rather have a game where I can actually like hone in on the micro and increase my skills there to give me a better chance, like versus being at the mercy of the game to give me the Olaf I need to 2-star my Olaf. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. If there's any suggestions you guys have as far as games I may not know about coming up, I'm definitely open to hear it and put them in the comment section. A couple other games that I would really like to play as far as esports in the future would be like Spellbreak or maybe something like Absolver. I don't know if you guys have seen those games, but Spellbreak is a mage-based battle royale. It's just still in a closed beta right now, so there may be some possibility there depending on how that the unveiling of that goes. Absolver, there's really not much hope for that, but it's a really cool game. I hear that the developers are kind of re-rolling it out as like an Absolver 2 type of deal, and so maybe there's a possibility that comes out. It's kind of a fighting game. It's like For Honor, but with martial arts instead of like heavy armor classes and weapons and stuff like that. So anyways, yep, I appreciate you guys listening, and I will see you next time. Hopefully I have more information for you in about a week's time. See ya.